This podcast is part of the Big Heads Media Podcast Network. For more great podcasts, head over to bigheadsmedia.com. Hi there, folks, and welcome to the Gilmore, the Gilmerrier. It's a Gilmore Girls podcast brought to you by us at TV Tuners. I'm your host, Swanson. With me, as always, is my co-host and guy who's here at a snowstorm and is having a pretty good day, it seems like, Stairmaster.
Haha, hey, don't touch my hair.
Oh, you don't want me to touch your hair?
No, please respect my bodily autonomy.
Alright.
Alright,
sure.
you can touch it a little.
Okay.
Come here.
Wow. So wavy. And with us, as always, of course, is our other co-host and guy from band that you've got a crush on, Kyoran.
Hey, how's it going? Do I talk?
Can we touch your hair?
Did you say a word in this?
I don't think he did.
I think they didn't want to pay you extra for having to say words.
Okay.
I think you just looked weird.
I think they just casted him for his hair.
Well, that's the smart money, yeah.
Yeah,
well,
like
you do have nice hair, Kyo.
He had lines at first, but then they found out all he can do is shout, so they just took him off the script.
Yeah, they hired him because his hair was so good. They didn't do an audition, so they didn't know that all he could do was just shout. He's a very Gilbert Godfrey type.
I was about to. He's a Bobcat Goldthwait.
Oh yes.
Type.
Imagine this guy just turns around and he's just like, "What are you doing, touching my hair?
Get out of here! Hey, I'm with the union, pal." Or he sounds like Charles Bronson. Hey, that's not for free.
Hey, touching's gonna cost you. He shoots him.
Oh, here's the problem. They set her to teen mode.
So yes, welcome to the Gilmore, the Gilmerrier, a subsidiary of TV Tuners, Inc. We're back with another episode, our 8th of a scheduled 10. As always, this is brought to you by Buy Me a Coffee, as in someone paid us money to watch this. This is from Gio, who bought us an extra additional 5 Gilmore Girl episodes.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show. We might hear more from him later.
And by later, you mean, 2 minutes from now?
Probably. But hey, speaking of things that we might hear later, if you have any quips, comments, questions, foresights, otherwise, well, you could, if you're so feeling it, send any of that stuff to us at our email address.
What is it?
Our email address, Kyorain and Stairmaster, is tvtunerspodcast@gmail.com. What's that email address, Kyorain?
You're blowing my mind here, Swanson. It's tvtunerspodcast@gmail.com. That's crazy. How could we do this?
Yeah, you send us one of those patented emails about anything, really, and we'll read it aloud on the podcast.
Laughing
That's
emoji.
right.
Who did this?
How is this not destroying our budget? This is crazy.
Because it's free. The internet's free most of the time.
And so is requesting an episode.
Well, that actually is not free because you just all you have to.
It's $3.
That requires money. It's 3.
If you round down by tens, it's free.
True.
All right, yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. A single coffee, by the way, $3, gives you anything, a request for a topic, an episode of a show, perhaps a movie. The supply is limitless.
Now you can still beg for $0. Like you could beg us, but
yeah, that time Puff Pfeiffer begged us to watch Foundation,
and we said no.
No.
And we're definitely never doing it. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, you can be like, you can send us an email, tvtunerspodcast@gmail.com, and you could be like Geo, who sent us this email. Don't you be accusing me of bigotry, you goddamn motherfuckers.
Oh, yeah.
You goddamn potato-eating fucks don't even know the first fucking thing about goddamn potato mining. And if you did, you'd split them French fries. You'd spit them French fries right out of your shit-talking mouths, you fucks.
Can we just bleep this all out for Geo's sake?
Should I?
He's gonna get canceled.
How?
All those hateful stereotypes.
We're not done yet. He'll explain. Long hours down there in the potato mines. Long hours. Can't bring canaries, you see, because of the skins. All you have is your lamp and your potato extractor. And then potato goblins ain't human at all. Skin all rubbery and green. Claws that drip venom. Your only chance is to make it back to sunlight before they feast. Two-Eyed Jeff says they come from the depths of hell itself. Or should I say said, because he got trying to go back for one last 5-pound sack of Idaho Reds. Jeff, I told him, don't do it, man. You still got your 2 eyes. Let's just get the fuck out of here, Jeff. But old 2 Eyes loved Redskin potatoes more than Stairmaster loves the History Channel's Mail Call, starring R.L. Emery.
Oh.
Ermy, starring R. Lee Ermy.
Is that part of the letter, or are you trying to figure out?
I was trying to figure out how to say the last name. It's R. Lee Ermy. Last I saw them, Goblins was tearing into his abdomen like Stairmaster tearing into a Five Guys burger. Fucking $9 burger eating fuck.
That's
Anyways,
vicious.
Speaking of R. Lee Ermy, RIP, I think, I just saw the Paths of Glory shit. It was tight as fuck. Y'all see that Paths of Glory? What's the last Kubrick movie you've seen, Geo?
Kubrick?
Stanley Kubrick. He's a director.
Paths of Glory is the World War I movie about the general and the underling, and the general wants to send a bunch of guys to their death so he can get a medal.
Yeah, I have not seen that.
And the other guy's like, no.
Is it good?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
Before we get into the Kubricks and the Paths of Glories, let's take a moment of silence for Two-Eyed Jeff here.
Was he the guy with the 2 eyes on the same side of the face?
No, I think he had 2 eyes on the regular where eyes go normally on a body.
Presumably because people in the potato mining industry often lose one of their eyes, or both of them.
Yeah, I think that's what we're getting at here. But it sounds like these potato goblins are vicious.
Oh, he just...
Well, if they eat, like, the Five Guy meal strategy like Stairmaster does, that means they eat it quickly and then regret it afterwards.
Oh.
That's true, yeah. Also, if they're eating it like they're tearing into it like a Five Guys burger, so there's no fries involved in this at all, so it's actually worse. I mean, they're tearing into it like a Five Guys burger.
Yeah, but who goes to Five Guys and doesn't get fries with the burger?
They do, apparently. That's why they're so vicious.
No, I think there are fries involved in this metaphor. I mean, not literally, but...
So what are the fries? If the abdomen is the burger, what are the fries?
I'm just saying that, like, I don't think Gio's implying that anyone would go to Five Guys without ordering fries. He just focused on the burger.
Well, I mean, no one sane would, but who knows with these goblins?
Yeah, I go to Five Guys and I order half a burger, no fries.
What do you do with it? You eat it?
No.
Oh, what do you do?
Well, I put it on the table in front of me, and I think about it, and I take it apart, and put all the little components of it out on the table.
And then I tell lettuce, the cheese, the burger.
Yeah. Put it all on display, and then I tell, the lowly worker to clean up this mess.
And you grab your briefcase and you head home.
Yeah, I put my hat back on.
Another hard day's work done.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, I have not seen Paths of Glory, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say Keo has not either, since Stare already admitted he hasn't.
Yeah, there's no way I've seen that.
As for what's the last Kubrick movie I've watched, I think I watched The Shining a few years ago.
Same.
To see if it held up. That's good. Still good.
It's a good film. It's one for the fellas.
Yeah, that one's for the fellas. For when you got a lady who's nagging you.
Crack a couple of cold ones.
That's what that movie's all about.
That's what Stephen King wants you to do.
Crack open a few cold ones and just
That's what that book is about.
Yep.
Seems reasonable.
Have you watched a Kubrick film, I guess, Kyorain? Here's some notable ones. 2001: A Space Odyssey.
No.
Too Fast, Too Furious.
No.
That was an underrated one of his. Too Fast, Too Furious.
Seems different than the other ones I've heard about him directing.
Avengement. Collateral.
No.
Cruisin'.
No.
Das
A
Boot.
Clockwork Orange.
No.
Django Unchained.
No.
Okay, so you probably haven't seen The Shining, Kyorain, but you have definitely seen the Simpsons version.
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Okay, so that counts.
That counts?
That counts.
Pretty much the same thing.
It's essentially the same story.
Just a little bit shorter?
Just a lot shorter, yeah.
It's like Dragon Ball Z Kai.
Yeah, essentially.
So it's better?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Stara, what was the last Kubrick film you watched? Do you remember?
I think it was Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Yeah, that's an underrated one.
That's the one where he teams up with his dad, Keo.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they meet Hitler.
They meet him? They just talk?
He signs a book for him.
Yeah. The book is not Mein Kampf.
Okay. Seems not very heroic, that's for sure.
Well, no one said he was a hero.
He's an anti-hero. Wait, are we talking about Hitler or Indiana Jones?
Indiana Jones.
Well, that depends, Stara. Who are you talking about?
I said that Hitler signed the book. That's what I meant.
Okay.
Indiana Jones did not give anyone an autograph.
We were talking about Indiana Jones in terms of not a hero.
Okay.
He just wanted the autograph from Hitler, but he wasn't signing the book for Hitler.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks for that email, Gio.
Would you accept an autograph from Hitler, considering how much money you can make off of that?
That's a tricky question.
Well, yeah, it's a tricky question mainly because it implies that I met Hitler. Or is someone just giving me an autograph of him?
No, it's Hitler himself. He's willing to sign something for you.
Well, I have a chance to
helped him so much in the past with the schemes.
I feel like I would have a lot of thoughts and feelings.
Ooh.
Wait, because he thinks I helped him, or because I actually helped him?
Because you actually helped him. Because you were a key co-conspirator with him.
You're trying to get me Nuremberg here.
Can't believe Stara's trying to get us Nuremberged. Decades after the fact. Hey, it's happening in Germany right now, isn't it?
I know there was one, maybe 6 years ago that got Nuremberged.
There's a guy in Germany right now, I think, or a lady, maybe.
Really?
Yeah, there's someone in Germany right now who's going through a trial. They're 100-something years old.
Wow. Did they send Dog the Bounty Hunter to find him?
Probably the German equivalent.
Oh, no.
Dogs.
I don't want...
I don't remember what the word.
The German version's name is Doug for some reason.
Dugan.
Doug the Bounty Hunter.
They're called roughs.
Oh boy, Pork Chop, this is going to be a big mission for us. Anyway, yeah.
Wait, who is Pork Chop?
Pork Chop's the dog.
Pork Chop's the dog, yeah.
He has a dog named Pork Chop?
Yeah.
Did you watch the program?
No, I have not.
With us?
Why would I?
Yes, you did. What are you talking about? No, you did not.
Wait.
It was a former episode of the podcast.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Oh, no, we're talking about Doug.
Oh.
Doug has a dog named Pork Chop. Dog does not have a dog named Pork Chop, as far as I know.
If that happened, I'd be really upset.
Yeah.
Or the dog's name is like Perk Chop or something.
Percocet.
Because he loves Percocet.
Well, that is probably true.
For the dog or for dog?
For Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, that's probably true.
And for any legal officials listening, this is perjury. This is slander.
It's both perjury and slander.
Yeah, we're both like in a public space telling people this, and we're also recording it.
Well, every time before we record the TV Tuners, we swear an oath to God that we will be honest.
That's true. It never makes it in the recording, but it happens.
It almost got in back when we were recording those prayers from Swanson.
Yeah, those were different, though. Those were like rallying cries. So yeah. Email, of course, not the only way you can talk to us. We have a Twitter page full of great TV content. It's true, Keo. Look it up. I'll wait. Yeah.
Okay, I'll do my own research on this.
Yeah, let's see how that goes for you.
All right, well, hold on. Let me go on Facebook here.
No, you gotta go on Twitter.
It's a Twitter, Keo Rain.
No, I'm looking it up on Facebook.
No, wrong.
Seeing what my group says about this.
What do they say, Keo?
They're saying that there's not a real account and it's a fake account. And
Keo, that sounds like fake news.
It got added in there just a month ago, and the posts were just added into the database after the fact.
No, they're real. I wrote them.
You wrote them?
No, I did not write them.
See, there we go.
Someone I know wrote them.
Yeah, a crack team of interns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a crack team of unpaid interns scour the internet looking for great tweets as well as composing them. And Stairmaster, they found a good tweet this week, yes?
Yes. This tweet comes from @Crange, who writes, I love Gilmore Girls, but Dean is such a little bitch. I hate him. Such an annoying character.
Oh.
What does he do?
Yeah, this is a great question because we're 8 episodes in. So far, Dean seems fine. Seems like an alright guy.
Well, he's nothing special. He's kind of like, oh yeah.
There's 2 replies to this. One from @RedInTheFace who writes, Logan is the only good one. And the other is from @MeleeHenderson who writes, no, but exactly. Why the fuck he's such a baby? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark.
Huh. So, there's a guy... Logan. So Rory starts dating Wolverine? That seems a little suspect.
Yeah.
I don't think Wolverine would go for that.
I feel like that would be a very uncomfortable age difference.
Yeah, I feel like Lorelai might have to put her foot down.
Logan Paul here, which was probably worse.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Logan Paul is actually sort of like that one guy from her school that we all hate.
Yeah, that's pretty much spot on, right?
Gilmore Girls went to Japan and toured the Suicide Forest for an episode.
Very strange episode.
Yeah, like the 20-minute scene of them just walking through the forest without talking was kind of a little off-putting.
Remember that episode where Rory was ringside for a MMA fight? Very strange.
Who's the most likely member of Gilmore Girls to get into an MMA fight?
Coffee guy?
I would say it's like the cook lady.
Oh, yeah, I could see that. It's just Coffee guy seems like he would at least attempt to do an MMA fight.
No, I mean, this is like a dumb publicity stunt like Logan Paul did.
Oh, then yeah.
They have no chance of winning. So yeah. Or her husband, I think. Probably her husband.
Publicity / millions of dollar machines, too.
Yeah, you get paid a lot of money if you're like a big celebrity doing an MMA fight.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah, this is an intriguing tweet. I'm not sure whether to tune in or tune out on it.
I'm going to guess
Dean
that
is just going to betray Stars Hollow.
Yeah, the entire community. He's going to, like, announce that he's joining, like, the rival team on, like, the sports... Does he play sports? I don't think he plays sports. Anyway.
I don't know what he does, but
he's a punk. He just exists to be pretty.
And he's going to get
the
Chaos Emerald, probably.
Yeah.
Dean is Rory's boyfriend.
Yeah,
he shows up briefly in the
handsome.
Very true.
Apparently things go downhill, so that'll be fun for us to not watch.
Yeah. Well, unless it happens in 2 episodes from now. Anyway, thank you for this tweet, Cranchus. I'm going to go ahead and tune in on it, because I'm feeling nice and generous. And I'm interested to read and probably not watch what happens to Dean's character.
Yeah, we will be reading the Gilmore Girls novelization after these episodes are done.
Yeah, the
Japanese. You mean the Wikipedia
version. Page? That's what Stare always calls the Wikipedia pages novelizations. It's so strange.
Yeah, I'll tune in on this. Why not?
Just the other day, Stare came up to me and said he'd been reading the novelization of Joseph Stalin. And I was very confused.
No. I turned Joseph Stalin into a novel with my stand, Heaven's Gate.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Wait, they have a stand named after a cult?
Oh, I think it's Heaven's Door. They changed.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, thanks for that tweet. And with all that out of the way, there is but one more segment that must be discussed between us, dear friends.
Real facts, Swanson?
Real facts. Which is that I'm going to ask you a question. You're going to have to answer it truthfully. What you guys watch this week? Anything fun, interesting, exciting?
No, not really.
Oh, nothing at all, Stare.
I guess I finished watching JoJo.
How was that?
Part 5, you want to... It was good. I mean, the ending was complete garbage. Nonsense.
Was it complete garbage nonsense in the manga?
Yes. It's a faithful adaptation.
Oh, okay. Well, people die?
Yes, a lot of people die. Like, only 2 guys from the original group are alive at the end.
Damn.
And also Polnareff is in a turtle now.
Interesting. Let's see. I didn't watch too much this week either. I did. There's a new James Bond movie out, so I decided to go rewatch the previous 2 James Bond movies.
So that's Skyfall and M9
and Spectre. And kind of a mixed bag.
Where did I get the number 9 from?
I don't know. But I was gonna roll with it. Skyfall is good still. I still like it.
That movie seems way too long for its own good.
Well, that's the thing here. Both these movies are way too long for their own good. James Bond does not need to be over 2 hours long.
Yeah, and also they do the Dark Knight thing, where they capture the bad guy, but then he breaks out.
And it's funny because Spectre does the Star Trek Into Darkness thing, where it's a familiar villain that you kind of already know who the villain is supposed to be, and then they just sort of half-heartedly reveal it at the halfway point of the movie, and you're just like, oh, and then nothing comes of it.
Yeah.
But I'll start with Skyfall. It still holds up, I think, mostly because, I mean, the plot is like meaningless and superfluous and kind of dumb, but that's most James Bond movies. But Daniel Craig and Judi Dench and of course Javier Bardem are just all doing really good work, and it looks really good. It's the key to having an actual cinematographer do like cinematography for your movie. It makes it look good.
What?
Yeah, usually what you want in a lot of action movies seem to neglect this part, or at least current ones. That you want someone who has a sense of style.
Oh, like shaky cam found footage?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You want someone with a sense of style who can sort of lend and give your film a different air to what else is on the screen, so it's not all just sort of a generic slop being thrown in your face.
Just imagine James Bond and shaky cam found footage?
Well, shaky cam, yes. Found footage, no. That's what Quantum of Solace was, the movie before Skyfall. There's a lot of shaky cam in that.
No, just found footage then.
What would it even be like? They found footage of James Bond being like it's footage of like James Bond before he gets like captured or something.
It'd be like security camera footage, I think. So
it'd be so strange.
That would be very interesting, but I don't think you could do 2 hours of that.
No, you certainly couldn't do over 2 hours of that. But yeah, both movies are too long. But Skyfall is the better of the two because, I mean, of course it is. Spectre is fine. It's very interesting because the first half of that movie, first hour rather, I guess it's less than half, is like the closest thing to classic James Bond adventure that Daniel Craig's movies have ever been. Like, he's going around the globe, he's trying to figure out this conspiracy theory. It's fun. It's fun stuff. It's what you expect from James Bond.
That's interesting that you say the first half is fun, because that's what I heard about No Time to Die.
That's also what I heard. And it's just in the second half that it all falls apart. So, spoiler for this movie that's old. James Bond, throughout his early runtime in the Sean Connery films, had a recurring villain named Blofeld, who is he's head of this evil organization that James Bond was always trying to take down. So this movie reveals that, because it's in a different continuity or whatever, who cares, that Blofeld is here, and it's a big deal, even though it has nothing to do with any of the movies that came before it. And also, he's James Bond's stepbrother, because sure. And there's just a lot of focus on... Yes.
That's a big reveal. That's crazy. How could they possibly do this?
I mean, it's sort of... Yeah, I guess his half-brother, because he's adopted into this family after his dad dies. So it is stepbrother.
It was like Dio and Jonathan.
Yes, pretty much. But it's so weird because the reveal that he goes by the name Blofeld is just something he says. Has no bearing on anything that happens in the movie. I don't know. It's just a very strange way of doing things. And also, the action scenes aren't as fun in the last half. It feels like they ran out of material, usually my suggestion to a film that seems like it's running out of material is maybe to just cut 30 minutes or less, or more even, from your movie. But James Bond, the Spectre, said no. Actually, we keep all of the extra half hour or so of padding in, and we hope it makes a cohesive movie. And it didn't.
I don't know why they keep making James Bond films. Who's actually getting excited for these?
Me.
England.
I watch every single one.
Apparently, James Bond is still extremely popular in England.
Yeah, I watch all of them, and I disagree with all of Swanson's takes, but I have nothing to say to them on the podcast.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm just on a podcast silently disagreeing to myself.
Just seething with rage. In conclusion, Skyfall, still a tune-in for me. Spectre, tune out on that.
Sad.
That's it.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's it. And I'm going to assume Keo watched nothing interesting.
I didn't watch anything at all. So
Didn't even look at the wall.
I mean, I watched The Days Go By.
Yeah.
Oh, aren't we all doing that?
Would you tune in on that?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I can't help it. It's like I can't stop it from happening.
Yeah,
so
it sucks.
Yeah. I guess if you could tune out on it, it would be great.
I don't know about that either. Just I'm neutral on tuning in or tuning out on it. How about that?
I'll say tune out.
Yeah. Alright, well, with all that out of our way, let's go ahead and talk about this episode we watched this week, huh?
Let's go home.
You just want to be done.
Yeah. We've done 30 minutes. That's enough.
Contractually, it says no.
Oh, damn.
Here on this on my paper here, it says no.
All right, let's go.
All right, so we watched episode 8 of Gilmore Girls, and now we're going to talk about it. This week, the episode's called Love and War and Snow. So there's 2 of those things, but really not a whole lot of war going on. I guess there is, right? They're talking about the reenactment.
Yeah, but we need a battle scene.
Yeah, I wanted to see them actually battle. Because the joke is that the reenactment is of a battle that didn't happen.
See, because if I was writing this episode in the 3rd act, the twist would be that the British soldiers who were sent to Stars Hollow would finally show up 200 years late, and they would have to fight them.
I think this show is too attached to reality for that.
And it'd be like the Patriots. Some guy's leg would be blown off by a cannon.
And Luke is just like in the middle trying to give out coffee.
No, he splashes coffee on a British guy's face.
Oh, yeah.
So he weaponizes the coffee and he's the hero?
It's war, Keo. You gotta do what you gotta do.
True. Yeah. Luke's plot, such that it is in this, doesn't actually get resolved.
Yeah, he does not respect his dad. He thinks he died a fool.
And he's probably correct.
Possibly resents him.
Pretty sure the resolution to that story is that he
sad now.
I think the resolution was that he gave all those people out in the cold hot coffee.
He should have given them hot cocoa. Dumbass.
Well, 2 of them asked for it, and he said he was going to go do it.
Well, he should have gotten that by default.
And then he got distracted, which we'll get to.
He's a coffee guy, not a cocoa guy.
We don't call him coffee guy because he gives out hot cocoa.
No, but it's wintertime. You give out hot cocoa in wintertime. So he should have been like, "Hey, you want hot cocoa?" And then
you try to tell him how to live his life, Stairmaster. I don't really appreciate this.
Yeah, I'm not
this
sure.
is what the American Revolution was fought about.
I can't follow you to this point, Stairmaster.
I'm going down a path you can't follow.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to just watch and disapprove.
We can't really abide by what you're doing.
Look! If you saw me out in the cold, like I was shoveling or something, and you're like, I want to cheer my friend Stairmaster up.
Well,
I'll bring him a hot beverage. Would you bring me a coffee, or would you bring me a hot cocoa?
I bring you. What do I have on deck?
Pepsi. Crystal Pepsi.
I'd bring you a Crystal Pepsi then.
Thank you.
I'd bring you a 2-liter. Pull it out of my bag. I'd say, "What do you think of this?"
I would ask if you had any milk to mix it with. Pilk.
I would produce the milk.
Then I would have some pilk.
I'm getting very confused by this. So,
Pilk.
Yeah? You have questions here?
Yeah, first thing is that's a cold drink, right?
Oh, I suppose you would have to microwave the pilk.
Oh, so you want warm milk with your room temperature Crystal Pepsi?
No, I want the Pepsi to be microwaved.
Okay.
With the cold milk.
This is dangerous ground. Has anyone tried microwaving Pepsi before? It sounds dangerous. Sounds like it might blow up your microwave. Something in the Pepsi.
Microwave Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, it's called hot soda.
Yeah, it sounds bad.
Yeah, Keo talk to us about this.
You drink this a lot, Keo? That's why you know this?
I live it. I drink it up.
What do you mean you live it?
Eat it up.
Big boy's got a drink.
It's what it's all about, Swanson. It's where it's at. It's what I'm about.
Right. I want to continue this discussion no further.
Pilk.
Swanson's getting upset.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I was upset the moment Stairmaster suggested pouring Pepsi and milk together.
I can't believe you haven't heard about Pilk. All the young kids are drinking it.
Yeah, perhaps it's time for the Earth to die off.
And the cat drinks it and gets sad.
I think his stomach is upset.
We open up here on what appears to be a very boisterous town meeting. Both of the Gilmores are there, and they seem to be there just for entertainment, which makes sense. Seems like it's a pretty entertaining time.
They're like the Waldorf and other guy from the Muppets.
Yeah, they're the Waldorf salad of the
Yes.
Stars Hollow.
Many are saying this.
And this does not seem to be the first time that Luke has been there and gotten disgruntled, because they know exactly what's going to happen, apparently. But yeah, it's a standard thing. There's this is the guy who runs the market, I think, because he was already feuding with the coffee guy, right? I think this is the guy who runs the market, but he's up on stage. He's talking shit about lava lamps. Oh yeah, and then the mayor comes in. The mayor is like decrepit and way too old to be running this place. It's an indictment of the American system, really.
True.
And he shows up and he talks about how, this great battle of Stars Hollow that happened during the founding of the country and the Revolutionary War. And what we learn from Luke as he stands up and talks is that this wasn't a battle.
No.
This was just them standing there waiting for enemies who didn't show up.
Which begs the question: why did they even bother writing this down in the history books?
They wanted to make it sound like it was a brave thing.
It was
for
heroic.
the founding of the little town that definitely did not see any war. And Coffee Guy's on the right side of history here because he's talking about that they fought a war over land that they didn't own.
Yeah.
That they stole from other people.
Yeah, I'm shocked that guy had that line.
Especially in 2000.
But yeah.
I assume we're supposed to laugh at him.
No, I think you're supposed to agree with him based on how he responds.
He's the hero of this, not only story, but this world.
He's the hero of Gilmore Girls for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, Coffee Guy is correct. He's also, not only is he correct here, he's extra correct later when the reenactment guys are like walking by and he's talking with Lorelai about how like they're holding up this false ideal of the past being better because things were different, and it's no things sucked then too. Coffee Guy is what the kids call woke. No one calls it that anymore, but that's what he is. We should all be like Coffee Guy.
Many are saying this.
And yeah, that's the fun little opener there. As for the episode proper, of course, Lorelai is very excited because the first snowfall is about to be coming, and the first snow is like,
women love it when it snows.
Yeah, and Lorelai especially, because what I'm getting from this episode, Lorelai's horny for the snow.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Yeah, that's honestly, you ask me, it's fucked up.
How could they let this happen?
Who decided that was going to be a character trait?
Lorelai was like a mother figure to me. Until I found out she had libidinal desire, and now I seek to see her annihilated.
Yes, she's also listening on repeat to this answering machine message that Max, the school teacher that she has a infatuation with, left. Shouldn't she just like respond to the message? Wouldn't that be, instead of listening to it on repeat?
She's a scared coward.
Yeah, I guess. Her and Rory's like, oh yeah, I guess the snow's happening. That's cool. And I don't know, a lot of this episode is Lorelai explaining to different people why the snow is important to her.
And how snow happens.
And how snow is formed.
Yeah, we learn about the water cycle.
Yeah.
There's a little an animated short in the middle of this episode I found strange.
Yeah, very odd, but informative. It reminded me of some things that I forgot in science class.
I like the main character, the little drop of water with the shoes and the gloves, but no other clothes, and you can see his extremely realistic dick hanging out.
And he's, for some reason, voiced by Lorelai's dad. Very strange.
Yeah, it's the only time he appears in the whole series.
Yeah.
I really liked that part. I was like, kind of into it,
So yeah, she's doing all the snow stuff. Rory, meanwhile, her friend Lane has an infatuation with a boy in the band. Her band partner, I think she says. So I guess, like, I don't know, the person who plays next to her.
That's crazy. How could they make that happen?
I don't know, Kyo. Explain.
What am I questioning?
Yeah, what are you questioning here?
How could they have a band?
Well, most schools usually have a band for, like, pre-sport ritual.
Whoa.
Yeah. And they do, like, songs.
Yeah, they play, like, Queen and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
That's what mine did.
It's true. And they do it with instruments and no vocals. No one's out there singing. Because that's for the choir. It's a different thing.
Yeah, and they sing pop songs.
Yeah. That's for the Glee Club. And they go to regionals.
Okay, that's fair.
Unlike the choir's club, which I assume just languishes in obscurity.
Yeah, probably. So yeah, Rory is, she's pretty much ignoring most of what Lane's saying because she has a bunch of other stuff that she's doing with her life, including having a boyfriend. Dean makes an appearance here, talking about how you can tell he's a teenage male because he wants her to read Hunter S. Thompson. He was one Jack Kerouac remark away from being a typical teenager.
Well, at least he wasn't trying to get her to read Fight Club.
Yeah, true. I guess, I mean, it could still happen, 2000? The Fight Club has already been popular.
Yes.
Yeah. He could definitely try and get her to read Fight Club at some point.
They
could have replaced Hunter, honestly, they could have replaced Hunter S. Thompson with just, and you gotta read Fight Club, and it would be more accurate. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Dean's there for a brief second. Basically, the gist of this story is Rory is too busy with all of this stuff to really keep track of what Lane's doing, which causes Lane to make a brutal mistake.
Yeah. Lane is really it's out of control this episode.
So they, there's this big snowfall happening, and I guess they're going to do band practice outside. What are they doing here?
It builds character, Swanson.
And they're setting up all their band equipment and whatnot. And
it's like training in increased gravity, going out and playing in the harsh weather.
Yeah, I guess it's true. Like, during a huge snowstorm, it's kind of like being in the hyperbolic time chamber.
Yeah.
So as they're setting equipment up, she sees her bandmate who has some very luscious hair, and just touches his hair. Just runs her fingers through it.
Yeah.
And when he looks up and is like, huh? She simply utters the words, "Oh no." And
oh no!
Runs away.
Like Joe Pesci in Goodfellas.
Oh yeah. It is very much like Joe Pesci getting whacked.
What if instead of when he opens the door, the guy behind him just runs his hand through his hair?
And then kills him?
No, they just stare.
And that's you never see his character again.
Yeah.
Why don't you see him again after that?
We don't know.
No, then you cut to Robert Ray Liotta on the phone finding out what happened, and he's still upset. They touched it! I can't fucking believe it.
Better movie. Even if it seems to be a slightly homophobic take on it.
All he did was touch his hair. You're the one projecting, Swanson.
Well, we don't know. We have to fill in the blanks ourselves because, Scorsese doesn't want to reveal.
So yeah, Lane seems like totally out of pocket this week.
Yes.
Like off the walls.
I don't know if you guys caught this. It's kind of obvious. I guess. But so the same, because the same music cue plays, but she runs her hand through his hair. He looks up. She's embarrassed, and so she runs in a very similar way to how Lorelai ran after getting her first kiss, or Rory. And it plays the same music and everything, but this is a much more awkward situation to be running away from. And she just runs into the night.
Understatement Swanson.
Yeah. It's, what would you do in this situation, Kia? Would you just die?
Yes!
I would die, yeah.
I would personally not touch people without their permission.
Yeah, but what if you
me.
were just, like, so infatuated that you couldn't even be bothered?
You lost control of yourself. Did something unforgivable.
How do you get that horny?
Well, Stair, let me introduce you to Teenage. Teenagers are gross, Stairmaster.
Were you gross when you were that young?
A teenager? Yes.
Well, I didn't grab anyone.
Well, I'm not saying.
I didn't
she didn't grab him. It wasn't like she yanked his hair.
She just kind of like.
She did like a Joe Biden style molestation.
She did not sniff him.
Well, that would have been the next step.
She just kind of like flipped his hair like momentarily, and he was like, "What's going on?"
And then she just ran away.
I mean, it was to the point where she could have just said like, "Oh, there's something in your hair," and it would have been believable.
There's a bug in your hair.
But no one thinks that quick on their feet usually. So
I'm not saying she should. I'm criticizing her, but I'm saying like she could have played it off because she barely did anything.
Yeah. Instead, she does run into the night, and meanwhile, Lorelai is enjoying the snow. She has a conversation with Luke where they're going, they're having that that will they won't they chemistry, laying it out on screen so that we know these two, their end game.
Yeah.
And she starts snowing real bad, and as happenstance would, as it would happen, she runs into Max as his car is broken down.
Yeah, and then this guy with a pompadour shows up and pushes it.
Yeah.
Snow, and Rory grows up to be inspired by this and have a pompadour of her own that throws her into a fit of rage whenever anyone insults it.
It's very strange, a very strange move. They did a time jump. Rory's now an adult, and she has a pompadour.
They have like a different power system now. Too.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Now they got guys coming out
power
of their
system.
back.
That's how I would describe previous Gilmore Girls episodes. Is there's a power system.
Well, yeah. Before you had the ripple, now they got stands.
Yeah. What's Lorelai's stand?
I think it's one more time.
Oh yeah, that tracks. Lorelai and Max have like a sort of back and forth, and then they essentially agree to go on a date in the snowstorm. It seems like a fun time. They go to get greasy, gross fast food, and then go watch a movie in a library.
What movie were they watching?
I think they were watching the old 1950s haunting of Hill House.
Oh no! A previous TV tuners.
Yeah, I think that's what they were watching. It was it was for sure a 50s horror movie, but I think that was what it was. That's what IMDb told me.
I watched Halloween Kills this week.
Oh, so you did have something to watch, liar.
Yes.
All right, everyone, cheers Stairmaster for being a liar.
Liar. Keo, come on, Keo.
Liar. You know what I'm going to say next, Stairmaster?
No.
Pants.
Pants?
On.
Oh. On. I wonder what the last word is going to be.
Liar.
Oh, he did it. He got you. You've been got. Okay, so how was Halloween Kills?
It's a piece of shit.
Oh, they massacred my boy. I did hear there was a lot of bad comedy in this one.
What's
more than the first one.
Yeah, lots of laughs of Michael Myers just stabbing old women in the throat.
I said bad comedy.
Oh. There is one kill that's kind of funny where a lady tries to shoot Michael Myers when he's in a car, and he just opens the door and hits the gun and shoots her in the head by accident.
Alright. So he doesn't even try to kill her, he just accidentally kills her.
Well, no, it was on purpose. He slammed the door.
Okay. So...
It's a piece of shit. It's barely even a movie. It got it's got like the stupid subplot about the town forming a lynch mob and hunting down a completely unrelated mentally ill guy and driving him to suicide. And you're supposed to feel bad about this.
I feel bad about this.
And oh?
It sounds bad.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how sad are you right now?
10.
Oh,
Swanson?
maximum sadness. I'm like at a 5, just by hearing that.
I mean, this weighs heavy on my soul.
And also there's like
honestly.
the film starts off with like a 12-minute flashback to the immediate aftermath of the first Halloween.
Oh.
And I think they got like a CGI Donald Pleasance to play Dr. Loomis.
Oh,
Why
God.
would they do that?
Well, probably because the original guy's dead, but also because, I don't know why they would do the flashback. That seems dumb.
Fix it.
And also like multiple characters from the first one have shown up, grown up, and they all get killed.
Yeah, I heard Anthony Michael Hall was in this for some reason.
Yes, he's the child who bumps into Michael Myers.
Oh, yeah. It turns out making what was going to be just a 2-movie series into 3 movies, bad idea.
Yeah, the ending is literally they kill Michael Myers except he's unkillable, so everyone dies.
Yeah, it's good. That right there, quality writing. So, I take it that's a tune out?
Yeah, it's a tune out.
Alright. Halloween killed your interest.
Oh, Bob
Halloween.
Odenkirk has a cameo.
What?
Yeah, Bob Odenkirk has a cameo in a photograph as one of Myers' victims.
Was Bob Odenkirk in
No, he plays
Halloween
like
movie?
No, he's in a photograph of one of the victims from 1978's Halloween.
Oh.
Because they couldn't secure the likeness of the original actor.
So they just put Bob Odenkirk in
Yeah,
there?
they used his high school yearbook photograph.
Interesting. Alright. Yeah, okay, good movie.
Wouldn't it be crazy if Michael Myers showed up as Stars Hollow?
We did this already, Stair.
Oh, fuck.
And the answer was yes.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
It turns out the answer was yes. Alright, well, yeah. They go on this date, seems like a great time. Meanwhile, Rory is stuck at her grandparents' because of the big storm. And because of the big storm, the grandparents don't have their normal housekeepers coming to do anything around the house. Like
So
cook.
they're just eating cat food out of the can.
I assume that's what they were going to do. Because before Rory suggests frozen pizza, they don't have any alternatives. So a couple things come to my mind when watching this, which is, it is very funny in a cringe sort of way that these two are so out of touch. There's also a runner that the granddad, Richard, is trying to remember the help's names.
Oh, this guy needs to be put in jail.
Yeah, this guy's bad, actually, it turns out. But also, Rory cooks a single frozen pizza for 3 people. I don't think that's going to cut it.
It's DiGiorno's.
Okay. That does it, yeah. That'll do it. We're sponsored by DiGiorno this week, by the way. DiGiorno, enough for at least 3 people.
Who's pocketing the money out of that?
BuyMeACoffee.com.
Yeah, we have to pay them back. So yeah, it turns out that basically this little subplot is just to sort of reinforce the family dynamics at play here. Rory brings down a family photo album, and they're all looking at Lorelai's like baby photos and stuff, and then it gets to about the moment when she got pregnant, and it abruptly stops, and they don't want to talk about it anymore.
That's a oof.
That's a oof, actually. It's a big oof to be showing your grandparents or to be asking your grandparents essentially to go down memory lane of their daughter, and then for them to stop the moment that your birth happens. Big oof.
Yeah. I would go home.
Yeah, I would walk through the snow and probably freeze to death. Much like The Shining.
Yeah.
So Lorelai and Max are having such a great time that Lorelai doesn't notice that a coffee guy catches them smooching.
And he clenches his fist so hard that blood starts dripping.
Yeah, he makes Arthur jealous with how hard he's clutching his fist. So he's more like Coffee Cuck, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Also, he's proving that he's a nice guy because he's going and giving these reenactment guys coffee in the blistering cold that they're just sitting out there in. And, that's it for him. I don't see any more of him. It's all about Lorelai and this teacher. Except they get, cock-blocked by Lane, who was there because she thought Rory would be there. She's not. So Lorelai and Lane have like a, hey, listen, embarrassments happen to everybody sort of talk.
How did she get in the house? Did Lorelai leave the house unlocked?
I think the implication is that Stars Hollow is just like an ideal community where people just leave doors unlocked. Which is very strange. Or maybe Lane has a key.
So if you ever need to commit a burglary...
Yeah, head to Connecticut. Or if we want to be more rational, it's probably that like Lane knows where the key is or something.
Probably. That makes a lot more sense.
Anyway, so she's there. They have a heart-to-heart moment about how embarrassing things are, especially getting pregnant in high school. And then she tells Max, hey, just sleep on the couch. Rory comes home. There's her teacher's on the couch. It's a very awkward moment. Her and Lane patch things up after they have a disagreement. And, it ends with Lorelai and Max like talking to each other. Rory sees that and then looks at a photo of her mom and her dad when they were young. Seems very, it's a very wistful ending. And that's pretty much it.
I think Lorelai should get rid of Lon. She seems toxic.
Yeah, just ditch her.
Yeah, get a new friend who doesn't touch people. Willy-nilly.
Alright. And that's Stairs' official take on the episode.
That's a beautiful takeaway from what we witnessed in this episode, Stair. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So that is pretty much the gist of this episode. Final thoughts?
It was alright.
Yeah, I thought it was fine. I mean, it's a definite step down from probably the last couple weeks. It feels like, it was fine. Like there's some funny bits, nothing really wild. I feel like
they're setting the plates up.
Yeah.
So they can flip the table later.
Yeah, when are they going to flip the table?
Well, the season is like 20 episodes long, so probably a while.
Yeah. Remember when that was a regular thing? For shows that were good?
Quote unquote good.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll give it a light tune in.
Stair. It's up to you, Stair.
Tune out.
Ooh. Alright. Well, I think that's still... Stair, Keo, did you say what you were doing there?
Well, I said Stair gets to pick, and he just quickly tuned out, so...
Oh, alright.
Out.
Alright, well, I guess we're done with the Gilmore Girls.
Yes!
No, we still got 2 more episodes to go, of course, but, I guess that was the first tune out of the Gilmore Girls. Interesting. Anyway, yeah, that's it for this week's episode of the show. Thanks once again to Gio for buying us these coffees. You can go and buy us a coffee by going over to buymeacoffee.com/TVTuners. single coffee gives you a single episode that we will talk about anything that you could imagine, think of. And hey, that's about it for this week's episode of the show. We'll be back next week for more coffee. Until then, keep being Gilmores. Bye. It's over.
I found him.
Hey folks, it's time for the TV Tuners Fact of the Week. Did you know that Stairmaster has a plan to give all the land back to the Native Americans?
That's right. If you want a little hint, watch the film Mobile Suit Gundam, Char's Counterattack.